Hey, I wanted to let you know there are some dates below in the description of some live events coming up that you may not want to miss. And also, while I have your attention, check out my playlists to see some content that maybe you missed already that you'll be glad you found. That's all. christiangeekcentral.com. My wizard is not safe. My wizard's in big trouble. Because the Razor Wing can just fly through their spaces. I'm sure that's what I have that ability doing in this game. Let's confirm that. Dang it. Yes, this monster may move through hero spaces, but must end its movement on an empty space. Crap, wizard. Man, that's not good. That is so bad right now. But I mean, I've got to do it. That's what makes sense, right? Well, I did heal my wizard, so he's up to 4 at least. But come on, that's a no-brainer. I need to put this to the test and see if it's overpowered. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, he's got a movement of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He was right here, right in front of the table. He might not be able to make it. Because he's got how much move? 5 movement. Can't move diagonal. This isn't descent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't. Because he can't body surf. I mean, heroes, like normally when in this game, this is kind of a house rule. There might be something about it in the rule book, I can't remember. But if you end your space, you end your move on an occupied space that's occupied by a friendly figure, then you can just move your figure to the next available space, which sometimes will allow me to what I call body surf somebody who's getting at the back of the line. They land on the last guy in that line, and I can body surf them to the front if I really want to. But it stands to reason to me that he would not be able to body surf in this situation. So thankfully, my wizard is saved by the fact that he can't quite move fast enough to do that. But I think he will go after the elf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and he gets 2 attack dice. 2 skulls, my gosh. Crap. The elf only gets 2 defense dice. But, hold the freaking phone. Look what the elf has. He's got a potion of defense. You can drink this potion at any time, giving you 2 extra combat dice the next time you defend. Seems like now would be a great time, with 2 skulls coming at him. Oh my gosh. Well, I at least got 1. Dang, I'm glad I drank that potion of defense. Yikes. So there that goes, and he only has 2 body points left. Alright, so now the goblin. He'll move forward 1. And does the barbarian have any cash on him? He does. This little stinker, I think it activates on a 4, 5, or 6. Where did I put that? Where did I put that? I think normally I said 4, 5, or 6. Oh, here we go. 4, 5, or 6. Okay, so he's going to try to steal from the barbarian. He does not successfully steal. Nice. So he doesn't do damage, he doesn't steal anything, and it's my turn. Well, it certainly is making this quest more interesting than it's ever been when I've played it before. Wow. Okay. So before I do the barbarian's turn, let me restart my recording so my editing files aren't too huge later on. Give me 1 second. Okay, and again, if you're curious about like all the rules that I'm kind of attempting to play around with and experiment with, there's a link below that you should be able to find that'll take you to the Board Game Geek forums where I posted all of the rules I'm trying out that I kind of put together over a number of years with this game. Let's see, Barbarian's turn. He's still got rock skin. That's great. 6 body points. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this situation right now. The Barbarian's going to attack the Goblin. And he gets 1 hit on the Goblin. The Goblin only has 1 defense die. And he dies. Nice. I think I might have said this earlier, but just in case, what I would like to do at some point that would, I think, make it a little more satisfying when I kill monsters is some kind of potential to loot them. Even if it's just like a few coins. You know, even if like maybe every time you kill an enemy you just roll a d6 and you get that many gold coins, which is minuscule compared to, you know, what you would get searching in a room. But I think it would make it kind of satisfying, you know, make it all the more satisfying when you kill a monster. Maybe I'll end up doing, I mean, we'll see how the quest balances out. Maybe I'll end up doing something like that if I feel like the steal mechanic is a little too much, or the heroes need just a little bit more of an edge, then maybe I could do something like that, because that would be fun. And maybe on a roll of 6 you even get a little piece, like a dagger, some simple piece of equipment. I know I have some things added in my treasure table that I hope we kind of get a chance to see during my playthrough here. But okay, that was the Barbarian's turn. Elf's turn. He gets 2 attack dice. The Razorwing gets no defense dice, so whatever he rolls is what happens. All right, so that's 1 skull. I believe the Razorwing just has 1 body point, so he is gone. Nice. Okay, so the dwarf now is going to move into this room. Oof, there's a bit of risk here, though. 1, 2. Zargon does have 4 threat, and so I can spring a trap on him. So we'll see if he's able to avoid it. I think I forgot to have him do his intelligence check. The wizard do his intelligence when I did that first example of the trap early on. So first he gets to roll a 1d6. His mind point, he has 3 mind points, so he needs to get a 2 or lower in order to avoid encountering this trap altogether. Oh, nice! He rolled a 1. Okay, so that still does use up the threat for that, though. Nice. Okay, so now he's going to continue his movement and just stand in the middle of the room, and he's going to search for treasure in here. Gold! You find a loose stone and tear it from the wall. Behind it, you discover a small leather pouch wrapped in an old rag. Peering inside, you find 25 gold coins. Record the money on your sheet. Do not return this card to the deck. All right. Very nice. Very nice. The wizard's turn. Right? Yeah, because Elf went already. So I think he's going to stay put. I don't think there's any reason for him to go anywhere right now. Does anybody need any heal? Well, he already used his healing spell, so he's all set in that regard. Okay. So Zargon's turn gets 1 threat, and we're back to nice, Gabriel. Gabriel says, 1 second, time is up. I even thought about that when I said, give me a second. I was like, well, it's going to be more than a second, Paeter. All right, so weird minds think alike. So that's the threat. Nothing else I can do. Barbarian's turn. He's going to walk in here, and he's going to search for treasure. Crap! Wandering monster. As you are searching, a monster stalks you and attacks. Zargon places the wandering monster, listed in the quest book, on any square next to you. The monster attacks immediately. Return this card to the bottom of the deck. Okay, so now my house rules that I'm playing with for wandering monsters is that a wandering monster auto-triggers their ability. They unless their ability is already automatic, they auto-trigger their ability. The wandering monster for this quest is an orc. Let's look. Have we run into an orc yet? We did. So let me actually look at my conversion table and see what else this could possibly be. It could also be a scout. So let's roll, and we'll see. Since it's a 1 or a 2, we'll just say there's a 50-50 chance. So on a 1 through 3, it will be an orc. On a 4 through 6, it will be a scout. Let's see. Okay, it's going to be an orc. So, let's see. The orc appears, and I'll actually show you the mini this time, up close if I can. Come on now. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Really nice detail on these. Still after all these years. These are some, I think, really solid atmospheric minis in this game. So he's going to appear right here. And his ability, you may recall, is Flesh Eater. And that's going to put a bleed token on the Barbarian again. Dang it. It ended up not being too much of a pain last time, but I'm glad, though, that it doesn't get rid of his rock skin. I think that was probably a good choice in the design of that concept. So that's the end of the Barbarian's turn, and the sucky thing is the elf cannot search for treasure in that room now because there's a monster in there, but he can go in and attack, so he's going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he just gets just 2 attack dice. Man, I can't wait to upgrade some of my weapons. You know, I will say that like the base campaign that comes with it, you really do feel the progression in a nice way when you're buying equipment. You know, it's always a treat between quests for at least the first 5, maybe all of the quests in the base game, to finish a quest and go to the shop and buy stuff. You know, it's a really good feeling. Okay, so elf. There's not a spell you want to cast, is there? No, I mean he's got heal body, which he hasn't used yet. He himself only has 2 body points left. Okay. 2 skulls. That ought to do it. I mean, he only has 2 defense dice. And he gets white shields, which don't count for him, so that takes care of the orc. Now the dwarf, I don't believe has he searched in here? He maybe did, I can't remember. I'm going to let him search again even if he has already. I don't remember for sure. Oh yeah, baby, potion of healing. This is what I've been waiting for. Sorry, let me get this out of the shadow a little bit. In a bundle of rags, you find a small bottle of bluish liquid. You can drink this healing potion at any time, restoring the number of body points equal to a roll of 1 red die. You cannot, however, exceed your starting number of body points. This may only be used once. Do not return this card to the deck. So that was the dwarf that just found that. Is he the one that needs it most? Definitely not. It's still his turn, so he is going to pass this along to... I mean, I want to get it in the hands of... Well, the elf has heal body that he can still use. I don't know. Who's really going to need this? I guess he'll give it to the Barbarian for now. I feel like just on average, the Barbarian is going to be the one that's subject to damage more often. So, yeah. Okay, so that was the Barbarian, Elf, Dwarf, Wizard now. Wizard is still going to stay put out here, not going to search for treasure. Zargon's turn, gets another threat. Barbarian's turn, he's already searched. The elf... Oh, the elf did that attack, so he hasn't searched yet. He had to do an attack last time. So yes, he will search for treasure in this room. Gold! Oh, wait a minute, hold the phone. Is this the first numbered one that I've run into? I think it is. Okay, so this has a number 7 on it, which means that we don't actually pay attention to what's written on this card. Instead, we're going to look at my random treasure table. So let me introduce you to this. When a numbered card, 1 through 8, is drawn from the treasure deck, discard the card and then roll on the following table to determine what happens. And there's all kinds of crazy stuff that can happen here. I won't walk through the whole deal right now, but, well, yes, I will, actually, just to give you a sense of kind of the variety that I feel like this adds. So number 1, it's an arcane trap. Roll 1d6 and become the target of the spell Firestorm on a 1, Cloud of Chaos on a 2, Sleep on a 3, Rust on 4, Tempest on 5, Fear on 6. Shuffle all discarded cards back into the treasure deck. So that's kind of a crappy situation, but at least you get all the positive cards that normally merely get discarded. You get those shuffled back into the deck. On a roll of 2, you're making too much noise. 2 of the listed wandering monster appear, and then shuffle all discarded cards back into the treasure deck. On a 3, you've unearthed an ancient curse. Yeah, give myself my own little flavor text. Zargon gains 4 threat, and your turn is over. Shuffle all discarded cards back into the treasure deck. Wandering monster. Shuffle all discarded cards back into the treasure deck. See, they get progressively, the higher you roll, they get progressively better or less bad. So now we're on a roll of a 5, because you're rolling a 1d8. On a 5, equipment left by someone less fortunate. Roll 1d6. On a 1 to 2, you gain a dagger. On a 3 to 4, you gain a helmet. On a 5 to 6, you gain a short sword. And even if you had those already, you can sell them for half their value in the shop. I don't know if that's a house rule or not. I've just been living with it for so long that that's how I do it. And so that's even just getting a dagger, which costs 25. That's a decent little amount of coin, you can get there. 6. On a 6, alchemical supplies. Draw from the potion deck if your wizard is still alive. And there's a potion deck that I put together from someone else's. That's something that someone else made online, and I like the potions that were on there. A number of them are from, some of them might be made up. I think a lot of them are from the European expansions or the other expansions for this game. So just add some nice variety to the game. 7, a forgotten stash. Draw a random one-use item from the small card artifact deck. And so in the expansions, you get these artifact cards that are smaller than the base game artifact cards, and they come with things like spell scrolls that are for one use. Mostly spell scrolls are the one-use items. There's Dust of Disappearance that can be used once. So there's just some neat kind of one-off little artifacts that you can find in there that I always wished were much more common in the game. But anyway, and then finally 8. An incredible find! You gain a magic ring that can cast a spell once per quest. It is a ring of, and then you roll a 1d6. Either Pass Through Rock, Tempest, Swift Wind, Veil of Mist, or Fire of Wrath. So it's not the most powerful spells that your characters normally have access to. I wanted to be cautious and not have it be too overpowered. So there's no healing spells there. There's no... There's only one damaging spell that can just do 1 point of damage at most. Yeah, so they tend to be more like these tactical kind of spells. But still, some nice variety to find like a magic item and stuff. So, all right, so we're going to roll now and see what I actually find. What actually happens here. I rolled a 3. You've unearthed an ancient curse. Zargon gains 4 threat, and your turn is over. Shuffle all discarded cards back into the treasure deck. All right, so 4 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then I need to do a quick tally and mark down these cards that I've acquired, because all these cards, like the Potion of Strength and Healing Potion, the gold, they're all going to get shuffled back into the deck. So let me just do a little bit of bookkeeping here. That's 100 coins that the dwarf has. And 1 potion of strength. And I actually prefer, in many ways, these little character sheets that you have. Normally, a tablet of each of these sheets comes with the game. I've gotten through just recently, finished getting through both entire pads of character sheets. And years ago, I did start making photocopies of pages, excuse me, of 4 of the character sheets at a time. But a lot of games after HeroQuest will use tokens to keep track of things like health and potions and other things like that. And I find that I really do prefer, in many cases, to have these tablets instead is just faster. You just write to move on. And yeah, there's less colorful tokens. The tokens do add a nice bit of theme and, atmosphere to the game, but they can really become cumbersome. So let's see here. That's Potion of Strength, and then Potion of Healing. So, let's see, D6 heal. He's got 1 at the moment. And how many coins did Thundarr find? Thundarr is the name of my barbarian. He's got 70 coins. Because, of course it is, right? Okay, I think that takes care of all the bookkeeping that I need to do. And then this gets shuffled back in. Yeah. Okay, I got weirded out because I saw a Wandering Monster card sitting in front of me, and I was like, am I in the middle of discovering a Wandering Monster? I forgot what I was doing. Really easy to do when I'm live streaming like this. I'm not very good at shuffling. These cards don't make it too tough, though. If cards are a little more bendy, I find them easier to kind of shuffle. Alright. That's probably about good, and then we'll cut the deck for good measure. Okay. So who the crap was that just did all that searching? Was that the elf? I'm thinking that was the elf that searched in there. Okay, so now we're moving on. We're moving on. So dwarf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll have him move 6. Wizard 1, 2, 3. Have him stop there, I guess. Zargon gets a turn, just 1 threat. And then the Barbarian's turn. Gabriel Stinson says, Thundarr, yeah. Yes, I love that cartoon. I would like to buy the series. Yeah, that is a property, my gosh. There's this trend that's been going for a while now of taking old properties that people liked as kids and then recreating them in some way, making a grown-up version of them. There's been a number of Masters of the Universe comic books that are clearly written for an older audience than the original cartoons were for. Different things like that. These kind of like adult remakes of childhood favorites. And I think Thundarr, as a cartoon, is... it's so sadly forgotten and underused. Yes, you can say that it was derivative in some ways and definitely a product of its time. He had that sword. I can't remember the name of the sword, but it was basically an energy sword. It was a lightsaber, But it was such a cool blend. First of all, it was a dark world. That was a dark sword and sorcery world. Just aesthetically, you look at the visuals. There's a lot of ink in the background of the places that they're traveling in. And I've always been drawn to that kind of stuff, that darker, more serious kind of visual aesthetic. And it's a sword and sorcery world. There's lots of magic and monsters, but it's also post-apocalyptic. And that's easy to forget, but it's a post-apocalyptic. It takes place far in our future. I can't remember what the catastrophe was, but there was some kind of catastrophe. And then... Gosh, you're getting me excited about this again. I did sit down and watch an episode of Thundarr. I found one somewhere that you could watch it legally, I can't remember where. I'll have to search again. And I can't remember if it was holding my interest or if it was kind of cheesy or whatever. Obviously, I didn't stick with it for whatever reason. But that is a property that I think is just sadly underutilized. I would love to see some kind of revival of that in any form. We won't get it in a video game. Probably not in the comic book. But like a new animated series, probably won't get it that way either. A movie, I mean, good gravy. there's just aesthetically some really cool stuff in that. I don't know if you can buy the series. The Sun Sword. Thank you, Gabriel. The Sun Sword. I don't know if you can buy it. Because I think I searched at that time when I was like, oh, I want to watch some Thundarr again, remind myself what that was like. I don't think I was able to find it anywhere like on a home video type thing. But that was at least a couple years ago. And now with so many streaming services, and it seems like everybody's just trying to pile on as much as they can on their streaming services, I wonder if it might be on one. So that'd be worth maybe me looking into and checking out. All right, so Zargon got his threat. Oh, that's right. I took a break, and now it's the Barbarian's turn. He's got a roll for this this bleed token here. Okay, black shield, so nothing happens, thankfully. And I was going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and where's this door? Oh, it's right here, so he's right in front of it. Very nice. Do I want to have him open the door right now? I mean, might as well. Might as well. Okay. So open the door. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with here. All right, there's some kind of weird arcane stuff that's been going on in this room. Now, normally this comes with 2 candlesticks. This might be from the set that is missing a candlestick. Well, I think for variety's sake, I realized I could take the candlesticks out and put like a skull in one, and maybe I could fit these bottles that normally go. Yeah, that's cool. So these little bottles normally go in one of the alchemy benches, but I'll pop them in there instead, and then we've got a complete looking piece here instead of. And it's a little bit of variety, so I did that years ago just to give myself some variety. Since I had 2 sets of the game, I was like, well, okay, let's have one of these like arcane altars with the book, the magic book on it, that has the candles like it's supposed to have, and then with another one, I'll pop out the candles, I'll put something else in there instead. So that's kind of cool. I like the look of that. Got another door. Okay, and then we've got 2 monsters. We've got a goblin and an orc. But let's roll and see if that's what they stay as. The goblin is instead a goblin archer. Let's see here. Oh, that might be in my Descent 2nd edition box. Yeah, okay, let me grab that really quick. I mean, it's one disadvantage when you know there's a price you pay for trying to add variety to a game like this, because you do pay a cost in fiddliness. I thought I had them all out and ready to go, though. Maybe they're in a different box. Yeah, they're not in here. Well, where could they be? I'm not going to spend time searching for them. Let me glance in here one more time. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, we've got 1 goblin archer. And let me actually get the stats out for that. Okay, so, goblin archer. Attack 1, defend 1, not too bad. Body 1, mind 1, move 10. Bow, automatic, and sickly shot. I believe the bow just means that he can attack any hero within his line of sight. But I need to remind myself what sickly shot is. It does not sound good. He's probably got some kind of diseased arrow or something. Let's see here. Target hero in line of sight places a poison/disease token on their character sheet. So it's kind of like a bleed token. At the beginning of every turn, roll 1 combat die per token. On a skull, you lose a body point. On a white-black shield, you remove 1 poison or disease token. And then you remove all poison or disease tokens from any hero who drinks a healing potion or is the target of a healing spell. So that's what he can choose to do. He can choose to try and activate that instead of doing a normal attack. So I'll probably give that a shot. But let's see if the orc is still an orc, or if it's going to generate as something else. Let's see, a 4. I got to roll again. Actually, no, I'll just... the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to generate as a scout. Let me see. What was I going to use as a scout figure? I'm not even sure I remember now. I had a figure in mind for what a scout would be. I will, just for now, I'll just grab something that seems slightly fitting. This is the mini that I used for years playing this game with a friend for the Halfling Thief class. Just one of those nice pewter minis you can get, but he'll serve as our scout for now. It's kind of sad seeing him turned against me. I saw him for so many years as a good guy in the party. Anyway, so let me get the card out for Scout, see what they can do. All right. So attack of 2, defend of 3, body 2, mind 2, move 9, and alert. Alert. What is that? Zargon places... Wait, what is this? Zargon places the wandering monster for the quest on a revealed space not within line of sight. Oh, alert! So I thought it meant alert like he's alert. You know, he's very watchful. But no, he like sounds the alert. That's the idea, I think. Zargon places the wandering monster for the quest on a revealed space not within line of sight of a hero. So he can basically call for backup, which thematically makes sense. He's a scout, and so he calls for backup. He's not the main fighter himself. He's able to call in reinforcements. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, I'm going to try, just for fun, I'm going to try and have them each trigger their abilities, but that'll be on their turn. That was the Barbarian's turn, so now we will move on to the Elf's turn. Oh, interesting. Gabriel says the entire series is on a 2 to 3 disc set from Hanna-Barbera. It's around $20 on Amazon. Shut up! Oh, I didn't need to know that now. I'm trying to save for an Xbox Series X. Dang it, Gabriel. I think I can resist. Man! Oh, I'm at least going to look at it, though. All right, thanks for that. All right, Elf's turn. Oh, he's kind of out of the way, isn't he? Do I want to get him in there and attacking? Well, at this point, Zargon has enough threat that he'll trigger a trap when he steps in there. I think I'll just have him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he can't get very far anyway. 6, and he'll stop there. He only has 2 body left. Did I have him use... No, that was the wizard that used Water of Healing. So he still has his Heal Body spell. And he does not have a healing potion, whereas Thundarr does. So I might as well use Heal Body right now. This is an earth. This is an earth spell. And it says, sorry, I know you get some shadows here. Let me adjust this just a little bit. This spell may be cast on any one hero, including yourself. Its magical power will immediately restore up to 4 lost body points, but does not give a hero more than his starting number. So, yeah, we'll put the camera there for now. So that does use up his heal body. But he's back to max, which is great. I don't know, maybe I'll regret doing that later on, but I'm feeling pretty good about it right now. So that was the elf. Now the dwarf. Gosh, no, this isn't quite the right place for Stubborn Resolve yet. I'll hold. Wizard is also not going to do anything, so it is now Zargon's turn. The orc or the goblin archer is going to try and trigger Sickly Shot on the barbarian, and he triggers it. Crap! Oh, here's my threat tokens. That's okay. I like the tally better. Less fiddly. And I've got these tokens from... oh, you really haven't been seeing them. These are tokens from Descent that I've been using. This is the Bleed token from Descent that I've been using for my Barbarian when he's been inflicted with Bleed. And this is the Poison/Disease token from Descent that I will be using to place on the Barbarian. Oh, poor guy. Rough day, rough day. Does that immediately take effect? I don't think it does. No, it's the beginning of their turn, so he'll face that at the beginning of his turn. So that was the Goblin Archer. Now the Scout. Yeah, let's go ahead and try and trigger his ability. Man, if he keeps triggering this, he can keep spawning wandering monsters. That might be a little OP. Okay, well he didn't trigger it this time. Didn't attack either, so I don't know. Okay, so now it is the Barbarian's turn. You know, notice they didn't move up to the door. I didn't bother having them move up to the door. That already changes things tactically because, you know, Zargon doesn't necessarily, like he does most of the time in this game. Most of the time in this game, Zargon, in order to get at those heroes, is going to have to be subject to their strategy. They line up at the door. Listen, if Zargon wants to hurt him, he's got to get up there and start attacking them. And especially late in the game, when your heroes often have crossbows, and your enemies still, all the normal enemies, none of them have any kind of ranged attack, it's going to just fall into those same tactics, those same strategies. But here now, I have a reason for the heroes to get in that room and start attacking them. So yeah, I'm digging that. However, when he moves in, he's going to have to see if he falls victim to a trap. So, the Barbarian, big dope that he is, has to roll a 1 in order to avoid a trap altogether. And he does not. So now, I have to trigger the most expensive trap that I can. In this case, it is a pit trap. So I will spend 5 to trigger this. And then, as with a normal, he has the opportunity to try and dodge it in the same way that he would a normal pit trap being triggered. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think he has a chance to dodge it. He just springs it. You've just stumbled into a pit. Yeah. So he fell in, takes 1 damage, and his turn is over. That sucks. Because now he's at a disadvantage. He has to roll 1 less defense die while he's in that pit. And if these guys are still around on Zargon's turn, they can both attack him, and he'll be at a disadvantage. Okay, but that's the end of the Barbarian's turn. He takes a point of damage. Oh, but you know, I forgot to have him roll. He's got to roll for his bleed. Oh, he's a skull, so I think he takes 1 point of damage from bleed. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, he loses a body point from that. So he's down to 4 now. Yikes. And then he also has this sickly shot thing. Yikes. This is going to be bad. Okay, good. So he gets rid of the sickly shot. He gets rid of the poison token, the disease token, whatever it is. Dual purpose, messed up token. So that's good at least. All right, so that takes care of the Barbarian's turn. Now it's the Elf's turn. And let's see, what is he going to do? I don't have to roll to move, that's right. Still getting used to that. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to attack this Goblin Archer, who only has 1 body point and 1 defense die. So we got a decent chance here. 1 skull, and he does not defend, so there goes the Goblin Archer. Nice. And that does it for the Elf. Dwarf. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got to kill this scout before he calls for help successfully. So that's 2 attack dice that the dwarf gets. 2 skulls, my gosh. The scout does get 3 defense dice. But that is not going to save him. So there goes the scout. Nice. All right. And now the wizard. Wizard, he'll move in just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just hang right there. Zargon gets a threat. Barbarian's turn. Let's see here. Oh, Gabriel Stinson says, you can do it regarding my saving money. My family is on Dave Ramsey money plan. I have $25 a month for fun money. I really want a PS5 this year, but I'd rather be out of debt. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, my wife used to be a big fan of Dave Ramsey. It's not that she has anything against him now, but she listened to his podcast pretty regularly for a number of years. And so, yeah, we are definitely on, and have been for as long as we've been married, a restricted budget that we have allotted amounts of fun money that we cannot go beyond. And so that's been wonderful. And I think it has been something that has been so good for us, for our marriage, because so many marriages, such a common point of conflict in marriage is finance, which isn't really about the number crunching, and it's not really about the money. That ultimately comes down to priorities and being selfless. And so when you come up with a budget, you talk through a lot of things and you figure out what your desires are, what your values are, where you need to grow, where you need to let go in some areas of your life, and yeah, it's been wonderful how what she brought into our marriage and continues to bring into our marriage regarding a view of finances. When we were first dating, actually, when we were first married, like the beginning, almost like a month or 2 after we were married, we did a Crown Ministries home group, which Crown Ministries is a ministry that creates curriculum that teaches about biblical finances, finances from a biblical perspective. And that was just such a great way to start our marriage life, is talking through how we think about money and how we use money and how we organize our money. And yeah, so my hat goes off to you, man, for pursuing that. That's really cool. That is really cool. And absolutely, it is better to be out of debt. I mean, that's a biblical principle, but it's also just like a reality of life to not have that weight on your shoulder, and instead maybe have less fun, geeky stuff, but not have that weight on your shoulder. guys, especially today. I mean, I notice this every year, and I need to start prepping soon for the Summer of Free this year. But I notice it every year that we're just in an age where if you can afford an internet connection, or have access to one, even if theoretically you can only access the internet by going to a library, you have so much access to free entertainment if you're in that position. You know, really, even the people with so little in the U.S. have so much more than so many other people in the world, and so many luxuries and luxury possessions, luxury experiences. You know, really is something. We just have to, I think, adjust our perspective and develop that sense of contentment, which is still a challenge. I have an embarrassing amount of things in life, you know, and still I'm wrestling with contentment. So, anyway, thanks for bringing that topic up. Yeah. Okay. I've lost track of what I'm doing. So the Barbarian... Oh, no, I marked... I think it's the Barbarian's turn. Yeah, Barbarian's turn. He's going to go... I'm going to move him here. Oh, that's right. There's this token here from that guy that got killed. Oh, wait, no, it's a pit trap. Oops. It's supposed to be a pit trap. It's a block on one side and a skull on the other side. I need a pit trap there. So he can get out of this trap, this pit now, which he does. And he's going to move right here. And he's going to search for treasure. Crap! Wandering monster. As you were searching, a monster stalks you and attacks. Crap. So the wandering monster for this quest is an orc. Let's see if it remains an orc. Let's see, I rolled a 6. Also, it's going to be a scout again. Alright. And it automatically triggers its ability. Crap. Automatically triggers its ability. So let's read alert again. Zargon places the wandering monster for the quest on a revealed space, not within line of sight of a hero. So he doesn't get to attack. It just gets placed on the board. That's good, because then we can have like this crazy cycle of like, because one of the rules I said is when a wandering monster appears, it auto-triggers its ability. It automatically succeeds at triggering its ability. So you could have like this infinite cycle, potentially, of scouts appearing. Okay. So let's see here. Wandering monster, in this case, is an orc. I'm not going to roll to see if it's an orc. It is an orc. Okay, I'll just say it's an orc. And we will move it. It's outside of line of sight if it is right here. So it just gets placed there. It doesn't get a turn or anything. And the scout doesn't get to attack. He just triggers his ability. So all things considered, that wasn't too bad. That does mean, though, that I can't search for treasure more in this room until the scout is dealt with. Alright, so that's the Barbarian's turn. Now it's the Elf's turn. He is going to move and attack. 1, 2, 3. And he gets 2 attack dice. 2 skulls, baby, yeah. And I believe the scout gets 3 defense dice, but this could still easily take him out. I can't believe he has 2 body points. That seems a little ridiculous. Alright, took him out though. He's a beefy scout. I'm not sure if thematically his name fits with his base stats. Yeah, I don't know. Why did I give him 2 body points if he's supposed to be the equivalent of an orc? Let's see, I swapped his attack and defense. And then... yeah, that should really... if he's supposed to be the equivalent of an orc, he should really only have 1 body point. So I'll have to mentally remember that. That should be changed. That should not be 2 body points. Okay. So that takes care of the scout. The dwarf is going to search while the searching's good. Potion of healing. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Beautiful. So he's got 1. The Barbarian has 1. I like at a bare minimum for each of my characters to have 1 healing potion. Good. Okay. So that's the dwarf. Wizard, still not going to search. He's going to move, though. I don't want him that close to the orc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just put him over in the corner here for now. Now it's Zargon's turn. He gets a threat. And that orc is moving in. Something that's kind of lame is monsters automatically, if they have enough movement, they automatically succeed at jumping past pits. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4... I think he only has 5 movement, is that right? Oh no, he's got 8. I'll just keep him there. I'll just keep him there. He's going to attack the Barbarian. He gets 3 attack dice. Complete miss. Nice, I approve of that result. Alright, and that's the end. Now it's the Barbarian's turn. Gosh, I might not finish this quest today. I kind of thought I would finish this quest and have time to start either a different one or start something else. At this rate, I might not. But that's okay. If I don't finish it today, I'll finish it first thing with my streaming time tomorrow. Okay. So what did I just say? I said it's the Barbarian's turn? Right, yeah, because the orc just attacked. Yes, he attacked and missed, right? Yeah, okay. It's tough streaming this stuff. It's I said this a day or two ago when this event started this week, that like playing video games, I usually pick games that are not very thinky. They're just kind of like casual action-y type games where it's easy to talk while I play. With this, it is one or the other. I mean, I can... Yeah, and even then, it's like... Okay. Okay, stay focused, Paeter. Barbarian has, I think, searched for treasure in this room. Elf did not. Oh, and he can't anyway. There's an orc there, Paeter. Come on. All right, Thundarr, take him out. But he's got to roll for that bleed token first. Dang it. Takes another point of damage. I think at this point... No, not quite. Not quite yet. I always like to wait to drink these D6 healing potions, where you roll a D6 and that's how much you get back. I don't like to waste anything. So I want him to be at least down by 6 health. So that if I roll a 6, that roll of a 6 isn't wasted, right? And so he's 1 away from being in that place. He's got 3 body points left. And I also house rule, as I think other players maybe do too, that when you are killed and you lose all your body points, you can, at that moment, chug a potion and get health back from it. And so I usually, wait until that moment anyway. I even house ruled for a while. I think when I was playing with my buddy Mark, I can't remember if we stuck with this or not. But for some times that I've played this game, I've even house ruled that you can cast an emergency spell on yourself if you're about to die. Not if another player's about to die, but if your character is a magic user and they have a healing spell and they're about to die, they can, like, as they're falling... Which is about as comical as, like, taking a death blow. Alright. What's going on? What's happening? The Barbarian is attacking the Orc. That's what's happening. 3 attack dice coming at you, Mr. Orc. 3 skulls. Very nice. I don't think he can survive that. No, he's got 1 body point, only 2 defense dice, so he is gone. The elf... Did the elf search for treasure? I don't think he did. I think last chance he had, he was attacking somebody, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I'm going to search for treasure. Gold! Find another one of those loose stones and tear it from the wall. So yeah, that goes to the elf. Nice. Dwarf did search. Wizard's not going to search. Let's move the elf here, though. Dwarf, why don't you move and open up the door? 1, open the door. Let's see here. And what do we have back in this room? Let me see if I can move the camera a bit. What's going on back there? Well, got another door and a couple skeletons. And we haven't run into skeletons yet, so I'll just keep them as is so that I can kind of use their special ability if able before I start replacing them. And also, you know, they're guarding. If you're not familiar with this quest, they're guarding another room that after that room is like a crypt, and so we're seeing undead in this corner of the map. It's kind of thematic, and so, you know, one disadvantage of the monster rank conversion system that I have is that it can potentially disrupt theme a little bit in a quest, but I find that for the most part, the enemy placement choices are not necessarily very thematic. Or if they are thematic, you still become numb to it after a while when there's only so many monsters that come with this base game, and so just having some variety is nice. But yeah, there is a trade-off there. Okay, so for the skeleton, attack 2, defend 2, body 1, mind 0, move 6, and fear. Fear. Well, let's find out what fear is all about. Gotta remind myself, I'm on the dwarf's turn. The dwarf's turn right now is what's happening. Don't get lost, Paeter. Target hero may not attack or cast spells on their next turn. So if he succeeds at this ability, he can put the fear of a skeleton into a hero within his line of sight. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I think I'll probably try to do that. But that's the dwarf. He opened up that. He's not going to move in. The wizard is going to stay put. No. Wizard's going to move. Wizard's going to move. Yeah, just too much of a risk to keep him there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. And now it's Zargon's turn. He gets a threat. So I've got enough threat now that I can trigger a trap on somebody. Should I try to put it on the wizard? I think I want to, but that kind of seems unfair to keep picking on him. I don't know. I mean, you could do this different ways. You could, you know, as a Zargon player, really try to make a tactical choice that's going to go after, you know, that's going to make sense tactically from a Zargon perspective. Or you could try and lean in the direction of, I want to play this as the heroes and automate as much of Zargon as possible, in which case I could get a D4 out and roll, and whichever, you know, just choose according to that who I try to spring the trap on, you know. But I don't know. I think you would want to automate Zargon more if you are hoping to get a challenge out of the experience. And as I've said before, I don't really play these games for challenge, and so it's not that big of a deal to me. So anyway, yeah, you know what? I think actually what I will do is try to spring a trap on the dwarf, because if I can spring a pit trap on the dwarf where he's standing right now, then everybody will have to jump over that who wants to go through there. And so that'll be kind of a nasty thing to do, but make a lot of sense from a Zargon perspective. So the dwarf has to roll less than his mind points. He has 3 mind points, so he needs to roll a 1 or 2 for this trap to just be a total waste of threat. He rolls a 5, so it is a coming. It is going to be there. He just has to figure out if he is going to... oh, wait a minute. No, this is a pit trap, so I think it automatically gets sprung. Yeah, so we get a pit. He falls in. Ugh, that's a terrible place. It's a terrible place to have a pit. But there it is. Oops, dang it. This is actually a tile that did not come with the game. It's one that I got online and printed out. I think it's from one of the expansions. Milton Bradley, a number of years ago, very graciously on their part, I have to say, I don't know if they're still up online somewhere, but they might have taken them down because, you know, they're doing a reprint in the fall of 2021 is the plan. But for years, a while ago, they put PDF versions of all the HeroQuest maps and tiles and stuff like that online so you could download them. So I sure did. Anyway, so he fell in. He took a point of damage. That's the dwarf. He's down to 5 now. And it's still Zargon's turn. And now he's at a disadvantage, dang it. Oh my gosh. It might be more advantageous, rather than try to put fear into him, to try to attack him. So let's see, they're not right in front of the door. So this guy will move right here. And, well, let's see. Target hero may not attack or cast spells on their next turn. If it would have included defend, then I maybe would have done it. So then he would have been super defenseless. But no, I won't try to do fear yet. I'll just try to do a normal attack, which is attack dice of 2 on the dwarf. Oh, and it's a complete miss. Okay. And he's in the way, so the other skeleton can't get in there and attack. So that's the end of their turn. And now it's the Barbarian's turn. Let's see what's up with this bleed token. Dang it! I have updated my playlists to help you find what you're looking for, anything from controversial topics that are relevant to Christian geeks, interviews with creators like author Brent Weeks and The Chosen's Dallas Jenkins, growing in faith as a geek, tabletop gaming, comic books, video games, movies, and TV shows, or you can just get to know me a little bit better. There is a playlist for you with more content being added to them all the time, so I hope you'll take a look and enjoy what you find. Thanks.